नमस्ते बच्चों, हमेशा खुश रहो। माई सेल्फ JB Dr. Monica Trivedi. In today's class, topic is crystal field theory. So, the crystal field theory describes the bonding in metal and complexes, metal bonding of ligand. So, according to this theory, the d orbital along with the octahedral axis will be affected the most more directly to the ligand because it is attracted by the metal orbital. The higher the energy of the d orbital in the octahedral field, the degeneracy of the 5d orbital is lifted. So here you can see the 3 orbital of T2G and 2 orbital of EG. So the T orbital of T2G are dxy, dyz and dxz, and the 2 EG orbital are dz square and dx square y square. So these are the d splitting in octahedral complexes. So you can see in another diagram, like the difference between the EG and D2G orbitals is 10 dq, which is the crystal field splitting energy. By this you can calculate the crystal field splitting energy for each and every d orbital. So the next, the magnitude of the CF splitting or d or dq. So the color of the complex depend on the magnitude of the del. If the metal larger metal, so the larger value of the magnitude. Okay. If the ligand is a spectroscopic series, like there is a series of the spectroscopic series, so CN has a more magnitude aptitude. So here you can see in the spectroscopic series, as the del is increased, the color intensity also increases. Okay. So electron configuration of the octahedral field. What happen in an octahedral field? The electron configuration of the metal ion, the s electrons are lost first. Titanium plus 3 is D1, vanadium plus 3 is D2, and chromium plus 3 is D3. So according to Hund's law, the first 3 electrons are separated d orbital with their spin parallel. 4e has his electrons has a choice. The higher orbital, if the del is small, the higher spin. The low orbital, if the del is large, the low spin. So if the weak field ligand has a small del value, and the high, it is known as a high spin complexes, and the strong field ligands which has a low magnitude has a are known as a low spin complexes. So these are the example of the high spin and low spin complexes. So high spin versus low spin for D1 to D10. Here you can see the high spin and low spin orbitals. The example of metals also written here. The titanium plus 3, titanium plus 2, and vanadium plus 2, chromium plus 2, iron, cobalt, iron plus 2, cobalt plus 3, cobalt plus 2, nickel plus 2, copper plus 2, Zn plus 2. Okay, so these are the example of high spin ligand, low spin ligands. So you can see the color absorption of cobalt plus 3 complex. As the ligand changes, the wavelength of the absorption also changes, and the color of the complex also changes from the yellow to green to pale yellow color. So the complex with the fluoride ion Fe plus is a higher spin and has an absorption band. The other complexes are low spin and have 2 absorption band in all but one case. In one case, one of these absorption is a visible region of the spectrum. The wavelength refer to the center that of the absorption bands. So color and how we identify the color for this kind of compounds. Okay, so here you can see the color chart for red, green and blue. According to wavelength, the color chart is also differ. Okay, here you can see the black difference of black and white. As the matter absorb the light, it will it will show the color according to the, if the sample absorb the all wavelength of the visible light, non-reach or eyes of the sample, so the sample appears black, and if the sample absorb no visible light, it is as a colorless. So absorption and reflection, if the sample absorb the all but orange light, the sample appears orange, and if it reflects, so it is remains black. So this is the all about the crystal field theory. There are some limitations of crystal field theory, like it is fail to tell us about the interaction between the metal ligand on if the bond is a purely electrostatics. Okay, and it is also fails to tell us about the d orbital of the central atom into the account, and the s and p orbitals are not considered for the study. Okay, it is also failed to explain the behavior of certain metal which causes the large splitting while others show the small splitting. For example, the theory has no explanation about why H2O2 is a stronger ligand as compared to OH negative, and this theory rules out the possibility of having p bonding. Okay, pi bonding. This is a serious drawback because it's found that the many complexes can't show this kind of bonding. The theory gives no significance to the orbital of the ligands. It can't explain any property related to ligand orbitals and their interaction with the metal orbital. So these are some limitations of crystal field theory. Thank you very much.